my favorite animals are snakes.
Hi, I'm Cooper. My favorite animal is an alligator.
I'm Hannah, and my favorite animals are sharks. We're FGCU students, and we're here at Bunch Beach to talk to you about mangrove root adaptations.
Mangroves are super important to Florida because they act as a buffer between strong wind and waves and the coastline, and they help hold our sand in place on our beaches. There's 3 species here in Florida: red, black, and white. Right here I have a red mangrove, and there's a couple different tricks to identify these trees. So red mangroves have what are known as prop and drop roots that extend from the upper limbs and bottom of the tree to help hold them up. This right here is a drop root because it's dropping down from the trunk. And then down at the bottom, you have a bunch of prop roots that grow straight out of the soil to hold the tree up. If you look super closely at the bark, you'll see that it's a bunch of interconnected squares, almost like red Jenga or jungle gym pieces. There's a rhyme to help know what their leaves look like. For red mangroves, it is red, red, pointy head, talking about the super pointed tips of the leaves. Right here we have a black mangrove, and their part of the rhyme is black, black, silverback, referring to how the back side of the leaf is almost silver in appearance from the salt crusted up on it. Their bark is really crumbly and dark and kind of looks like a burnt marshmallow. They have what are known as snorkel roots or pneumatophores that stick just out of the soil by the base of the tree. Yep. This right here is a white mangrove. White mangroves have this almost striped looking bark with white patches on it, and for their part of the rhyme, it's white, white bolts on tight, referring to the 2 little salt glands at the base of the leaf that are said to look like the bolts on Frankenstein's neck. These guys don't have any roots that stick out above the ground, so everything they have is submerged under the soil.
So mangroves live in harsh environments where their roots are flooded part of the time, and that the water that's flooding them is salty water, which normally you put salt water in a plant and it dies. So if a plant happens to get the right combination to create a root that will survive in that environment, then it will succeed. If it doesn't, it won't. So through time, the things that are growing in our estuaries, which have mixed salt water, have had ancestors that had a chance combination of genes, a mutation, that allowed them to survive. So there's no decision there, there's no driving it. Reds figured it out in a particular way, white mangroves figured it out in a different way, and black mangroves figured it out in a different way. So all that you're selecting for is success. Now I said that as if they're sitting down and saying, how are we gonna grow our roots next year? And really what's happening is they just have some ancestors that grow roots in different ways. And whichever ancestors had the roots that grew in the way that worked, they're the ones that survived and passed that on.
Each mangrove species has their own unique root adaptation to help them survive at different levels of water.
Because red mangroves live closest to the ocean, their many prop roots allow them to survive in flooded areas as well as provide support during high tide. Black mangroves live further up the shore where high tide provides shallow water for its roots, which poke out of the ground like little spikes. We call these pneumatophores. And lastly, white mangroves are found further inland, where high tide just barely reaches its roots. Although white mangroves look as though they don't have a unique root system, they actually have wavy roots that lie just below the soil and rarely reveal them.
To summarize everything that we've learned here today, don't forget that red mangroves have prop roots that help them stay propped up out of the water. Black mangroves have snorkel roots, and that helps them breathe above shallow areas. And white mangroves have underground roots, and that helps them live in the dry soil.
We hope you enjoyed learning about mangroves.
And a special shout out to our mangrove expert, Dr. Everham.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.